I'm going to show this video on veganism on the NBC Today show and then give my commentary and throughout.
We are talking popular diet trends all this week on our Summer of Secrets. And Al, you're taking a closer look at what it means to go vegan.
Yeah, my daughter Leila has introduced us to this, and so I've kind of recognized it. For many vegans, it's not just a diet, but it's actually a way of life. I got a chance to learn a little bit more about it from one of music's biggest names.
Check out meatvideo.com and Factory
At
Farms.
age 57, Russell Simmons is a hip-hop star maker, fashion mogul, devout yogi, and when it comes to food, vegan for nearly 17 years. An early convert as the diet trend was catching on. You grew up in Queens, I grew up in Queens, grew up eating meat. What was the flip of the switch?
Well, it started with my yoga practice, the practice of non-harming, ahimsa. So I became a vegan because, one, compassion for the animals. So, finally, I just made the choice.
The subject of Simmons' upcoming book, The Happy Vegan. Being vegan is vegetarian in the strictest sense. No meat, poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, or even things like gelatin and honey.
Simply
Nothing
leaving
that
animals
comes from an
alone.
animal. Experts say it has its health rewards.
Check out
It is low in
meatvideo.com.
saturated fat. It's also high in fiber. That's a very heart-healthy diet. So for people who are looking to control their cholesterol and high blood pressure and certain cardiovascular risk factors, this could be the diet for you.
Animal cruelty
Talk to me
too.
about how it changed your outlook and your physical being.
Well, the first thing I did was lose 20 pounds, and I haven't put that back on.
Do you feel healthier?
Do I feel better than I felt 15, 17 years ago? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think I'm pretty good shape.
Other celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Carrie Underwood have all reportedly embraced the vegan
Tons
way.
more. Look up
Even
videos.
Mike Tyson knocked the meat out of his diet. Still, there are caveats.
Veganbodybuilding.com.
Certain vitamins such as B12 are only found in animal sources, so they need to be supplemented.
But to
Veganhealth.org.
prove a vegan diet could
Dietitians.
satisfy a carnivore like me, Simmons had me meet him at one of his favorite New York City vegan spots, Red Bamboo.
Vegguide.org
Let's see what
for
they
finding
give us here. What do we
places
got?
near you.
Buffalo wings.
All right.
Tons of places to
Buffalo
eat.
wings,
Vegguide.org.
jerk seitan.
I went to school with a guy named Jerk Satan. No,
Bamboo curry chicken.
wow. If I didn't know that this was vegan, I think I was eating chicken. And after some vegan cake and ice cream,
Oh my God.
that's insane. Wow. We were officially stuffed.
All right, I'm done. They're fat vegans.
But on the upside, there's your new book, The Fat Vegan.
If they could get bacon on a vegan diet, you'd be in.
Well, they've got that
Soy
seaweed.
bacon.
There's seaweed that tastes like bacon.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Joy is here. So first of all, vegan versus vegetarian. There's a difference.
So being vegetarian typically means avoiding meat, beef, pork, also chicken and fish. But a lot of people will allow eggs and dairy. But when you
Eggs
go
and
vegan,
chicken are
there's
very cruel.
no animal foods allowed whatsoever. So that's all of the meat, plus no eggs, no dairy, and even things like gelatin and honey are off limits.
We've got
It's like the Pope of vegetarianism.
It's never all or
So
nothing,
we got
though.
a sample day for a vegan, but first, the pros and cons of the diet. for
Okay,
you.
so there are a lot of pros. The first thing is that you're eating a lot of plant-based food, so it's loaded in vitamins, minerals, fibers, antioxidants. It's also low in saturated fat and cholesterol. When we look at vegans compared to meat eaters, vegans tend to weigh less. They have lower BMIs. And also because it can help to lower your blood pressure and your cholesterol, it can protect your heart. And it's also fabulous for the environment.
Any cons?
Well, just a few cons. I think the typical things. First is that you have to really go out of your way to focus on getting adequate protein.
Veganbodybuilding.com.
Otherwise, you're
Beans,
eating
nuts,
heaps
peanut
of
butter,
starch.
hummus.
Also, because vitamin B12 is found in animal
Almond
foods,
milk, soy milk.
you need to probably take a supplement or work with a nutritionist.
Fortified
And also, like anything,
foods,
it requires a
like
lot
almond
of
milk
planning,
and B12.
and it could be difficult socially because if you show up at a dinner party, let's face it, like a lot of people make their entrees around chicken, around fish, around meat,
Bring
and
some
then
of
you're
your own.
picking on the sides.
Let's look at a day starting
Share
out
it.
with breakfast.
So this is a bowl of oatmeal made with soy milk because you want to try to get protein into each and every meal. And I also topped it with fresh fruit and nuts. This is great. You could have things like scrambled tofu in the morning. There's a lot of creative ways to get your protein in.
Looks tasty.
For lunch, a bowl of lentil soup. This could be lentil chili or a black bean soup, a nice salad, some fruit. There's so many snacks, hummus and vegetables, but also things like rice cakes and nut butters. You can make your own trail mix using whole grain cereal and nuts and dried fruit.
Indian, Italian,
For dinner,
Mexican,
this is Matt
Chinese,
Lauer's
easily
favorite
made
dinner.
vegan.
It's a tofu vegetable stir fry.
I would think dinner would be the toughest meal to transition to as a vegan.
It is hard, but I also think in restaurants, chefs like you saw are being so creative. You could get things like tofu teriyaki. Yesterday on the show, somebody made cauliflower steak. There's a lot of really delicious things.
vegguide.org,
Also,
recipes
you can
and
stuff
restaurants.
A spud. Take a baked potato and
all
you
over
can
the
put
world.
things like black beans and salsa, guacamole.
Look up your
Wine
area.
is vegan.
Now you're talking.
Okay. And for dessert, there's a lot of fun ways that you can sort of heighten regular fruits. So
Not
this
my
is
favorite
mango
dessert
with
here.
coconut, and hey, a lot of dark chocolates are vegan because they don't have milk within them.
I grilled pineapple last night.
Delicious with a little reduced balsamic vinegar. Love
A little
it.
dash of cayenne pepper.
Love it.
Yeah, you can.
Check out meatvideo.com.
You decided going vegan is really right and practical for you. Tomorrow, the inside scoop on the Mediterranean and Paleo diet.
Check out meatvideo.com on factory farms and
Teaching
meatyourmeat.com.
science can get